FDIC, red people, everything is blazing. Dow Jones Industrial Average died over 700 points just this morning, post the Federal Reserve 75 basis point hike, erasing all of its gains after the short rally that investors enjoyed yesterday below the 30,000 level, the lowest level in over a year. Bitcoin has lost roughly 70% of its value. ETH is down. All cryptocurrencies are down. Housing starts have dropped by over 14%. Why? Because homeowners are taking a lot longer to go ahead and sell their houses. They are listing their houses, and before, when they used to get 13, 14, 20 offers, now they're only getting a handful of offers, and it's taking them a lot longer. So the constructors, the builders, they're seeing this and they're like, let's not build as many homes because we're not going to sell as many as fast as we were doing. Now, you ask yourself, how did all these assets skyrocket in that dramatic fashion post the pandemic or post the recovery initiatives that the federal government instituted, pumping out all that money through stimulus checks, through economic injury disaster loans, and the grants that came as a result, loans to restaurants, PPP, all of this free money that was pumped out into the U.S. economy. People, they put all of that into crypto, they put it into the market, and as a result, as demand increases for something, I've told you this time and time again, whether it's an asset or a liability, the price of that asset naturally will start to increase. So all of these markets, they trade based on the future buying power of the reserve currency of the most powerful country on the planet, the US dollar. So as a result, all of these initiatives, they were inflating the dollar because the more dollars there are in circulation, the less value it has. Thus, now you see inflation at the highest level in 40 years. It has never been this worth less, all right? The US dollar has never been as worthless as it is right now. Nonetheless, again, all of these things, they now trade. People have always talked about, you've probably heard it time and time again, that Bitcoin, all these cryptocurrencies are a store of value. Therefore, it's something where you could put your money into and your money retains its value. Nonetheless, we are not seeing that. The same thing is happening. The same thing that is happening with the stock market, with the real estate market, is happening with cryptocurrencies. As a recession hits, because if it was a real store of value, then you can go ahead and put your money into there. As a matter of fact, as the value of the dollar starts to depreciate, Bitcoin should be going up because it's a store of value. Or at the very least, stay at its current level, which was around 69,000. Nonetheless, as the Federal Reserve started getting more hawkish, they started projecting interest rate hikes. So less money being pumped into the economy, less ability for organizations, for people to take out loans. As they started seeing this, you see the price of Bitcoin start to drop, just like the prices of stocks starting to drop, because all of these assets, they trade based off of the future buying power of your reserve currency, which if you live in this country, well, on any part of this planet, it is the US dollar. Now, why am I so passionate about this? Because what they've been telling you is false. And I am going to tell you, and I already told you this in the past, that the only thing that you can viably invest in, the best thing in which you can invest, is yourself. Why have I always told you that the free education tab on our spreadsheet that you can find at bit.ly/Neal is the most powerful tab on the spreadsheet is because you can find all kinds of resources where you can educate yourself and enhance yourself. I showed you the video. Go ahead and watch this video until the end so I can go ahead and link you to it, where you will see what is the most important asset in which you can invest, where you will become immune to whatever market conditions that we encounter, whatever it is that we encounter. Like, for instance, I got this letter from Hello Alice. I applied to one of the grants that I distribute here on this channel. Dear Neal, we hope this note finds you well. We are reaching out to inform you that your application to the local business support fund grant program was not selected for funding it. You think I'm sweating it? No, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't get my money off of grants. I've told you that time and time again. Now, I got some money off the airdrops. I got the economic injury disaster loan grant of $1,000. Gotten grants in the past to go to school, vocational, and through one of the most accredited universities on the planet, New York University. I got scholarships as a result of my effort. Nonetheless, I don't get the majority of my money coming from grant programs, from, quote, free money. I get it because I sell something, because I am always enhancing my ability to provide value to people who are willing to pay for my services, which is what I always tell you to do, and which is what you can learn to do by visiting our spreadsheet. You can find it bit.ly/Neal Rod. Right here, look, the entrepreneur subreddit, Ahrefs blog, and I tell you, look, this one right here, I'm surprised many of you don't have a YouTube channel as of yet. With the amount of times that I've told you to go ahead and jump on this, YouTube teaches you how you can sit in a chair like this, or you can walk around, or you can go ahead and hire somebody to follow you around with the camera. Just worked out right now. That's why you see beads of sweat trickling down my face. Nonetheless, I'm surprised because it's a big money grab right now, and it has always been that way. Every time that you are watching, you are contributing towards the revenue growth of the major technology companies. Big 3, Big 4, Big 5, whatever. YouTube, Google. YouTube is part of Google. Facebook, Instagram. Instagram is part of Facebook. WhatsApp, Twitter. You are all on this, and they are battling for your attention, and they generate revenue as a result. They're able to manipulate elections. They're able to do whatever it is that they want to do. So why don't you get a piece of it? All you have to do is just start to talk to people, and you will find that whatever interest that you find you are investing most of your time in, it is something that other people are also interested. Otherwise, you'd be alone on this planet, and you probably are not. You probably got friends, and as a matter of fact, this actually amplifies your ability to make friends, because you will find people that you're like, wow, you are interested in this stuff as well, and you could do this right here on YouTube. After you get 1,000 subscribers, and I believe it's 4,000 hours of watch time. In other words, people have watched your content for 4,000 hours. They start paying you. They start giving you paper. Why are you not doing it? I don't understand it. I don't get it. You're talking about grants. Everyone complaining that this is competition. I've told you time and again, all these are competitions. They're competitions. Nonetheless, according to Hello Alice, they've distributed, I think it's like 2,000 grants this year, over $16 million in grants so far. And I give you resources for you to go ahead and find these grants. My sole role here, I only have 24 hours in the day. All right, I can't train people. I don't write to go ahead and get these grants because I simply don't have the time to do it. I'm raising 2 kids, got a wife, all right, got the family coming over as well on a regular basis. I'm family first as always. That's why I continue to provide this value. Nonetheless, I have resources right here on the free education tab for you to learn how to go ahead and win these grants as well. Look, take a look right here. If you go down, Hello Alice also has Get Your Startup Ready to Fundraise if you need fundraising. And to tell you the truth, listen, if you know how to sell, you fundraise yourself. You have your clients fundraise on your behalf. That's the way I built my business. I built my business with zero. I do tell you that I went ahead and invested over $100 in incorporating my LLC in the state of Florida, and it was free for me to get my EIN. Nonetheless, I was already conducting business. I already had my business in operation before that. It wasn't an LLC. Nonetheless, I was doing my job while I was working for all these worldly renowned magazines, all these iconic brands, Billboard, Adweek, The Hollywood Reporter, and I was hiring people to go ahead and perform those services. So it was a natural transition that as soon as they actually sold their magazines, because of the amount of revenue that I was generating for them, so it became an asset that other organizations said, listen, I want to buy those magazines because they're welcoming all that traffic. I drove millions of unique visitors to those platforms. I think about 10 million unique visitors to all those platforms in total during my, 9-month tenure where I was just consistently driving traffic using the social platforms, which is why I tell you to learn how to operate these things. It became an asset that they can go ahead and sell. Neal sold all these organizations. And then all these organizations, they hired me back because of the skills that I developed. And it's not only me who is saying this stuff. The 5th richest man in the world, according to Forbes, said, and I quote, "The best investment by far is anything that develops yourself and is not taxed at all. Whatever abilities you have can't be taken away from you. They can't actually be inflated away from you. Regardless of whatever the CPI data reads, regardless of how many points the Dow Jones Industrial Average drops, enhance yourself by any means necessary." Just remember the quotes that I cited in the other video where I showed you how optimistic people, these are the people that are the most successful people in sales, how people with high net worths, they read on average 30 minutes a day, 2 books a month, to consistently enhance themselves. How can I tell you? Educate yourself. Some people, they knock it. They're like, "Oh, our parents told us not to educate ourselves." Listen. I was one of those people. I was the anti-education person. I didn't want to jump on the internet, anything. I don't want to have anything to do with information. Just hang out with my people. Drink 40s, hang on a corner, roll dice. That was me. Understand? Coming from nothing. No silver spoon in my mouth. None of that. I had a box cutter in my mouth. Understand? That's what I came up with right here to protect myself. Almost got killed a couple of times. So listen, the only thing that got me out of it is my education, enhancing this brain. As a matter of fact, the only reason that we are not shish kebabs for elephants and for lions and tigers and bears is because of our brain right here. Probably one of the most divine creations ever known to man. It's a gift from our true and living God right here. Look, you want to learn how to put together your pitch deck right here, okay? You want a profession such as something in cybersecurity. I got free training for you right here. Look, you want to learn AI. The senior developer for Comcast, he's a friend of mine, came up with me in the gutter, all right? He told me this is the best class right here. This guy is a developer. This is the best class when it comes down to learning AI. He's shown me some of his prototypes. He knows what he's doing. He programs all that stuff you see on Showtime. All right, he's the major technologist behind all that stuff. And he told me this is probably the best class you can take on artificial intelligence right here. And it's for free. On our free education tab, you could find bit.ly/Neal Raw. If for some reason my application does not send you the link to the spreadsheet, hit me up in the comment section. I got you. I got the hookup. Okay? Look, start your IT training for free right here. I made my bones. I've told you time and time again. And I am going to continue stressing it because I want you to succeed doing what is called search engine optimization. Because even before I worked with the Nielsen organization and before, years before, I registered my LLC, I learned search engine optimization. The practice of optimizing your website so it can appear before more people on the search engines. And you don't pay the search engines to do this. Now, you pay the people that help you work on the website to develop the content. It's all about developing content, just like the content that I'm developing right now. All of that time for which you pay from other people to go ahead and perform those tasks on your behalf for your clients. That's search engine optimization right here. You want to learn how to do it well? Right here. They've got a starter guide right here on Google. Ahrefs is a great resource, okay? If you go to Reddit and see the big SEO tab, the big SEO category right here, with so much information, learning SEO may be daunting right here. They've got beginner's guides, they link you to beginner's guides, and the contributors of this platform, they write on all their case studies right here. Look at the top section right here, okay? So there is nothing that stops you from doing what you want to do in this lifetime. What else? You want to keep going? Look, MIT, one of the most prestigious technical STEM universities on the planet right here. Look, discover digital literacy through Microsoft, access language. I've gone ahead and taking my time to go ahead and do this. People that complain in the comments, we're not getting anything. Listen, if you're not getting anything, put the time into putting development, enhancement, improvement, education into yourself right here. Feed this, and it'll feed you right back. Watch the video you see on the screen right now so you could learn what is the most important skill the asset in which you should be investing to always be financially secure and successful.